That's good enough. 10 people is all we need. We can roll.
That's good enough.
It is for today, man. It's been a long weekend.
Ryan Pearson here with Turn 2 Talk. I'm here with the Jason Flory. Jason, you're looking at the screen. You're supposed to look at the camera. Be personable.
Hey, I'm here. I'm personable. I'm loving it, man. It's good. We didn't do this last week, so it's fun to be back on. And I guess we've got one mystery guest that we'll talk to. Other than that, it's just going to be me and you shooting the shit here, getting everybody caught up on the details and gossip and every other damn thing going on, huh?
Yes, sir. We already got one comment from AJ Bayless.
Yeah.
AJ says, "Hey, Ryan and Jason."
Why can't it be hi, Jason and Ryan? Why is it going to be Ryan first?
Because AJ likes me better.
Yeah. He doesn't know you. Steph, comment in here and put my name first, will you? Steph, the producer and owner of the show.
Yes. Owner, producer, critic.
Yes. All the above.
All the
above.
Jason, so we're
Jimmy
coming
Burns.
off of a big weekend,
Yeah.
and it was the largest race, that we've had scheduled here in the last at least 9 years.
I think it was the biggest late model race in the history. I think it has. When you look at quality, I mean, and we'll talk to Tye a little bit here about it, but I mean, you had, obviously Thornton won, Brandon Shepard, Marler, shit, you can go on and on with that back row. I'm thinking in my head, like, everybody who's anybody was there. So Devin Moran, it was good to see Devin back up here. And then including all our locals, too. I mean, the Green Hornets tuned in tonight. I see that. Old Steve Buddha's tuned in, man. So, listen, I thought the late model field was fantastic. I think it's 46 cars. Wasn't a record, but quality-wise, I think it was the best it's ever been at the county. And then throw the modifieds. Modified car count way superseded our expectations. And I didn't know Pittsburgh was running modifieds against us, or we would have probably picked up 10 more. But fantastic car count. And I loved it. I liked the Outlaws. Bobby Pierce being in the house, never been there before. That was fun. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I didn't get a chance to talk to too many of anybody. I pulled some of them out of the parking lot in the morning, but Tye had me humping, and the wind was blowing, and the sun was out, and I really got behind on track prep because I was pulling cars out of the pits and the parking lot and stuff, and so yeah, I was busy. I wish I'd had more time to be a fan, really.
Yeah, I know you were at work, in the morning, and then you set me up to with my duties.
Yep.
And then you took off and you went to work at the track where you left me to slave all day in Creston.
Yeah, you slaved all day, right?
It was rough.
You tell you what, it was rough for everybody. Listen, those shows, people think that those are good shows. Listen, I love the county getting on the national scene. I give myself a C for that show. We'll talk to Tye and see what his thoughts are, but we debriefed about it. I give it a C. There's so many things we could do better. First of all, I wouldn't hold a World of Outlaws show for the first race of the year. We sat on this show like maybe 4 weeks ago, and we're like, man, we got rained out again. That Outlaw show might be the season opener. Ha, ha, ha. And who would have thought?
Seven rainouts. I counted it.
Yeah.
You had 7 rainouts.
So, that's unheard of, really. Some of the positives I take from that race, though, is we put all new timing scoring system in, and it was flawless. And that was really a relief for me going into some of our next bigger shows with the All-Stars for Speed Week and the Summer Nationals. And that's something we can put ease to my mind now that works really good. So when we have series that come in, they don't want to deal with your loop not working and timing, you know what I mean? So. Yeah. So at least that worked out, and place looked good. Sponsor banners were up. I thought we presented ourselves well. We can dissect track prep and all that stuff all day long, and we'll talk to Tye a little bit about that stuff. I have my opinion, and I know I could do better. But the weather dictated so much for me, and that's not a cop out. It rained Wednesday. I mean, we did not need any more rain. Parking lot was already saturated. It really made it hard to park efficiently in the parking lot and put the campers where we wanted it. And so I give myself, like a C- on parking because it was just bad. But hey, overall, man, we ran it. So,
speaking of Wednesday, again, I showed up in Creston at 7 a.m.
Stuff says hi.
I showed up in Creston at 7 a.m. and you started drilling me. How much rain? Is it raining in Dalton? How much rain are you getting? And you weren't in a very good mood, and you were very edgy, and you were like, I can't take any more water. The track, we're really wet. We're really maxed out. And, that started on Wednesday where you were really stressing about that late rain.
Well, it rained an inch last weekend, and then we had a half inch the Wednesday before. You're just wet, and listen, you just don't want to get people stuck, and we did. I get it. Not everybody understands how wet the parking lot is, and we got to do better. I'm going to make some improvements to that and get some stuff going that doesn't happen again, hopefully. But yeah, you talk about a mess. Like, it didn't look any better on Friday morning after the race, and I came from there I worked over there the last 2 days, and the parking lot. Maybe I'll roll it tomorrow and get those ruts rolled back down. But anyway, man, I thought it was a good show. I love that Ricky Thornton was there. I'm a fan, and so I got to pull him out of the parking lot with his T-shirt trailer. He was stuck. So I got to meet him on circumstances that were probably not ideal, but it was cool. We got to talk a little bit before we was waiting on a change so I could drag him out of the parking lot. But I like seeing guys that never been to the county run there, and I made so many changes in the last 10, 15 years that, I thought Shepard would be good, and he was. He got a flat tire later. Maybe he wins that. I thought Nick Hoffman would be really, really strong because he's had a lot of success there. I guess and people can sit here and critique me here in a minute, I'm going to say it, but I was really surprised about Kyle. I thought Kyle was going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I know they showed up with a new bullet under the hood, and their first laps were hot laps with it, and he looked really tight early. And one thing I learned, and I talked to him a little bit, but you get behind on the qualifying there, and with that show like that, and it's hard to make it up. And I felt bad for him because there was a lot of hype leading up to it with him, and so I know I was happy to see him make the show that Friday. He made it then, and so. But the modified, he was dominating the modified, and Bob told me, Bob Docker, the owner of the modified, told me, he says, "Man, I just hope we can finish. We've had bad luck," and then boom, broke, leading, and then it broke again Friday night. So overall, like I said, I liked it. It was good. We'll see what Tye, he co-promoted with me. Like, Tye's our good friend, and we talked to him earlier in the show, 3 weeks ago or something. I know he's got ideas for another one, and hopefully we get it, and I think we can do better. The weather dictates a lot of stuff, and I hate using weather as an excuse, but geez, criminy, it's been the second or the wettest spring on record. So
let me ask you this: could you have ran a ton more water and then maybe had then a rough racetrack, or rough and dusty then?
Well, listen, so.
Because I think my understanding is you want conservative to have a smooth racetrack, and
it chopped up a little bit in one. I see it delaminated up top. But yeah, listen, we normally put, there's no secret, I put Dow Flake in my racetrack. I normally do, and if you put the Dow Flake in and it rains, you take the chance of raining yourself out. Like, the track's too wet, right? And so then, yes, and you make fun of me all the time with the Stairmaster track from 15 years ago when it was really rough, and you won't let that go. But national stage, dirt vision, you really just wanted it not to tear cars up. You didn't want to see cars get tore up.
Right.
I think tire-wise, I heard back from some modified guys, they didn't hurt tires, and so that was a good thing. Sometimes the county gets pretty abrasive. There's a lot of sand. The first race of the year, if you would have done this show from the Speedway today, I could have taken you around the cushion. We'll scoop all the dirt up that's on the cushion down the front straightaway and on the cushion, and we'll just dispose of it. It's nothing we're going to grade back down. It's all, when it rains for 6-7 weeks in a row, it pounds all the silt to the top. And so I talked to Chris Henthorne, I think it was Tuesday. It might have been Memorial Day. I can't remember, but I wanted to disc it. I said, man, we need to disc this thing under and bring good dirt to the top. And everybody was like, oh man, I don't want to see it rough. And I'm glad we didn't, because that rain on Wednesday would have hurt me. It would not allowed me to get it tightened up again. And I think that would have been worse for the drivers. Now, the fans, I do apologize. Like, I never, it's not that dirty normally. Somebody asked me, they go, man, I loved it. It was a great show, but is it normally that dirty? No, it's not. Come back for the Hell Tour race. If you're a late model fan, come back for the Hell Tour race. That has always been one of our best shows. And we'll talk to Tye a little bit here in a little bit and see if he wants to, see if he's coming on board to help that Hell Tour make it big and better. He'll probably be rah, rah, rah. But
He says you're on your own.
yeah, well, we'll see. But yeah, so I don't know. What'd you think? I graded as a C. What'd you give it?
I think you're hard on yourself. Could it have been? Was it a little bit dirtier than you wanted? Yes. Did Ricky Thornton, Jr. start on the front row and then win from the front row?
Yeah.
Yes. Does that mean it wasn't racy? You saw Hudson O'Neal, go to the back, worked his way
Oh,
up.
yeah, that's another one that was cool to see him and Rumley. I didn't get a chance to call Kevin. I pulled Kevin out of the pits too, and I wanted to talk to him. These are people that I look up to, dude. Like right. I'm on Flow and stuff, watching TV just like everybody else. I'm like, and I got to pull this guy out of the mud. I got to pull this guy out of the mud. But
so he worked his way up a little, through the pack. You had Bobby Pierce started 15th, and then finished third. So he was obviously was racing. One person that impressed me was that Dustin Sorensen, that 19.
Yeah.
Dude, he was beating the crap out of the guardrail and just running it so hard. I think he finished in the top. I know it was top 10. I think he was top 5, maybe 5 or 6. So I think you're hard on yourself. I would give you probably a B minus.
Yeah. Maybe so. Like I was over there. It was Friday, cleaning up and doing the next day routine stuff, and I took the golf cart around the track and coming through 1 and 2. Like you should see all the sparks marks, like the guardrail fresh. Those guys had the cushion packed so tight up against the guardrail, like the spoilers and stuff just ripping. Like you've seen all the sheet metal all night long. Like it was crazy the amount of debris, spoilers and spoiler sides.
Yeah.
Like. That's typically a sprint car line, and so the cushion was so powdery, and that's the difference. If we could have made that thing a little heavier on the top, I think the cushion would have been less damaging to the car. But then it's just very top dominant, and we really wanted that bottom to work, and just didn't get. I'll be honest with you, if we could have started at 6 hot lapping and we'd have had a little bit of time in there, I'd have loved to water the bottom before the feature. And I think the bottom would have been really good and maybe created some slide job opportunities. Stuff I put in my notebook for track prep wise. Like we got Duffy Smith Memorial coming up with Monday Night Speed Week here in a couple weeks. I'll use those notes from Thursday, and I'll use those for that Monday night show. From what I've seen and how the track ran, because we're only racing one more time, and that's coming up. We got kind of a weird weekend coming up, but so I'll take my notes. When I was racing, I had a notebook on my springs and shocks and doing track prep. People don't believe it, but I carry a little notebook and weather and wind and how many loads of water and all that stuff plays a factor. Like we have dow flake on the property, but man. Like I question myself, and I mean, obviously, when I seen the dust flying, I go, man, I should have added that dow flake. But late models are so dependent on the right front on these cars that if they don't like rough at all.
Right.
Now for Sprint Speed Week, you can be a little more aggressive because it's just sprint cars and short wheelbase, big horsepower.
And a lot of times it seems like they roll over the rough.
Yeah,
they're going so fast and they're so light.
Yeah,
a lot of times that they're just kind of over the top of the rough.
Well, you heard Hill Thomas on the show a couple weeks ago. Like I think that's kind of the county I want to prep for Speed Week. I'll be more aggressive. I knew the late model show, like watching all the shows leading up all spring. I've been watching Flow and Dirt Vision, and I'm like, man, looks like we did. They just come off from what I call one of the nicest racetracks in the country, being Wheatland. And, again, it had rained and rained and rained.
Right.
And Garrett Albertson takes a nasty tumble. It didn't look like the track was that rough, but, that right rear dug in and just destroyed a car.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy. Like, nobody wants to have a track where you destroy a car, but I was like, yeah, man, that guy will never, that guy's not going to come back if he has a bad experience, right? And so I don't know. They didn't tar and feather my ass, so I guess we're okay. I mean,
yeah.
So.
Hey, you want to get him on the line?
Yeah, let's call him up. Let's call Tye up. What time is it? Yeah, he catch him between his naps. Pork Chop says mod lights are scheduled on Monday night with Sprint Speed Week. Well, Pork Chop, thanks for telling me, because I didn't think you scheduled anything with it. Pork Chop.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
What's going on, Tye Twarog? We are live with Turn 2 Talk. Ryan Pearson here with Jason Flory and the Tye Twarog. What's going on?
The promoter of the year.
No, not promoter of the year yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna nominate you at the RPM workshop. I've never been able to win the damn thing, so maybe you can win promoter of the year. Hey, we were just talking, Tye, and I gave it a C. Ryan gave it a B minus. We were talking about pros and cons from the weekend and things we could do better, and the things that went well. And so, I think for the people tuning in here, they need to know that you and I were partners on that show, and it wouldn't have been near as successful without you being part of it. I know that. I'll tell everybody that you deserve a lot of credit for coming to the county and putting on a great show like that. But what do you think? What's your feedback?
I would say, a C as well. There's lots of areas for improvement. Obviously, the weather killed us. Parking lot killed us. The racetrack, obviously, first race of the year. I mean, you know how it is. There's so many things against you, but I would say a C. I mean, there's a lot of things I told her the best thing was the pit parking. That's about it. That's
my
it.
goodness.
We did pit parking right. That's about it. Other than that,
well, hold on. I just want to go on record and tell everybody that Tye was 100% responsible for parking all those haulers. And you live in Coshocton, and you were up here on Tuesday. You were here Wednesday. Like, you were laying all that stuff out. You had a plan, and we got everybody but 3 cars in the pit area. And I think you did a great job. And so it's wonderful that you say that pit parking was the best part of the whole show. Thank you, Tye.
Yeah, I mean, there's rooms for improvement, but I mean, at the end of the day, I still was a successful show for the Speedway. So, I mean, that's the main thing right now.
Well, Jason, you don't know, last year with the Summer Nationals Hell Tour race, Tye and I was driving through and parking the haulers ourselves and making people move and arguing with truck drivers, and so it went a little bit smoother this time, right?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely. I mean, it had a plan and everything went in place, so it was definitely. I mean, the 2 classes helped out too. So. Yeah,
for sure. So tell me, I told people this. So, I mean, same deal. The weather played a factor in it. First race of the year. I was pretty happy. The car count was fantastic. I said we'd probably had more modifieds. You said if Pittsburgh wouldn't have ran, we'd have picked up a few more mods. But, our telemetry system worked well. There's things that we improved on over the winter that people didn't know that I thought worked well. But what do you think went really well, and what do you think we need to work on?
Well, I mean, obviously Thursday night is a big thing, getting out there early on a Thursday night, I mean.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of cars. I mean, we had a lot of cars, but things to work on, obviously, I mean, the track situation, we had this first race, you got silk on the track, so that's what you're going to have. That's what you're going to have.
Right.
If that race is our 3rd or 4th race of the year, you don't have that much dust,
Right.
I mean, there's other things, obviously you say concession stuff going on. I mean, just obviously the parking in the parking lot, I mean, it was soft. I mean, there's nothing you could do there. There's little things that could make things a little bit better. We just got to, brainstorm about it and which ones you want to attack and which ones you don't want to attack.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. I know you said quit adding water is too much water, but I'm a go fast kind of guy. And not because you own this car, but I thought it was cool. I told Ryan the morning of the show, I go, be cool to see a track record get broken tonight. I said the conditions are good. And then, Nick goes out there and beats his own track record by 2/10. I mean, I think that's cool. I know you're not a fan of land speed records, but I think it's cool for fans to see cars go fast.
Yeah, I think the fans enjoy that, I mean? But, yeah, all the racers in the pit area, half of them was like, hey, we don't want to do that fast, I mean? And it is hard for, a local guy to keep up with a guy that's, a regional guy or national guy on that situation. But, I mean, there's nothing you could do. It was the first race of the year, like I said, the track-wise. Modifieds raced all over it,
Yeah, I thought the modified feature was I liked the modified feature. I thought it was, and they slowed down for the modified feature. It was definitely down in there in that time range where you could race 3 wide. But so I guess the big question I have before we get into you as a car owner is, and Ryan said I was on my own, but like we got a Hell Tour race coming up in like a month or so. Are you coming up to help on this one?
About have to, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Ty's going to come up and help park haulers.
Then I'll be okay, right? But no, that's a long time away for me right now. We got a busy month here coming up in June, but we just need to get some local, guys got to get some races in, so.
Yeah, it's true. We've been very, we're one for 8. And that's not a good record for the Speedway, but I enjoy you coming up. I think you have a lot of ideas. You know a lot of people, and so it's always good to get a different perspective. So I think the fans don't know how much involved you are, even on the day-to-day stuff. We talk quite a bit. You have an opinion a lot, and a lot of racers. I'll say this again. I said this when he was on the show last time. I'll say this again. Like, there's a lot of people that wouldn't even be able to get their car to the track every Friday and Saturday if it wasn't for your parts business.
Yeah. We help a lot of guys out, and that's just, we got to keep local racing. Me and Dusty was actually talking about that, I got the gazillion bills out there, but hey, if you trust people, good things will happen. So, at the end of the day, good things will happen if we're doing good things. So
you believe in karma, huh?
There's a lot of karma out there in today's world. And I don't need it. I've had my hell of it. So it is what it is,
Yeah.
You talk about Tye having a good reputation and a lot of contacts, but don't forget he's gotten Dirt Track Dusty, who's.
Yeah, listen, his girlfriend,
yes,
fiance. People don't know. I got to meet her and go to the Browns game with her last year, and it was nice to see her again. Her whole family was up, and they have a lot of experience too. And so,
yes,
we benefit not only from Tye, but like his better half brings a lot of experience too.
Yeah, just wonderful. They're wonderful people. They understand, the race business, and they support it. And obviously, she supports some of the dumb shit I do. You know what I mean? So, I race cars. Think about it. I own race cars. And owning race cars is not the coolest thing in the world, right? So. Yeah.
Well,
But this track promoter deal might be the dumbest thing, So.
Well, that was my next question. Is like if you had to pick, and you don't have that many races under your belt, but you got experience. Would you rather be a track promoter or a car owner?
Car owner all day. Car owner all day.
All day.
Yeah, all day. That track promoter deal. I was running around with my head cut off, and just. I'm kind of like you, like I'm hands on, and
right.
That's just who I am. I just always done most of the work myself, and that's just what I do,
Yeah.
I talked to Brad Doty, and he obviously promotes the Brad Doty Classic one day a year, and he talks about it all the time. Like the stress, even that one show, is really maximized.
There's a lot of stress. I can tell you that. There's a lot of stress. People don't understand how much money actually goes out. We were thankful to have some sponsorship to help out on the deal, But listen, I've probably been asked 100 times. Hey, you guys made it off ballpark. It's not this all that. It's. It was a good show, but there's a lot more room. That's why it's a C show. Next year it might go B. Who knows? But when we say A, that's when you knocked it out of the ballpark.
That's right. That's right. When we're gone for the next 3 weeks and we're on a boat somewhere on a yacht, that's an A plus. That means.
Yeah. That's what I told. If I could have went on a good vacation, I'd be okay, right?
Yeah. Well, listen, I thank you for that. I want to switch gears as Tye the promoter, and I think it's we were in a group text last night, and I know you didn't text back till the morning, but man, you took it home last night with your car and your driver Nick Hoffman picking up 100 G's down the street. Like, congratulations on that.
unbelievable. You know, it's probably, I guess right now it probably means more than anything, you know, like my family is right now. Obviously, my parents, you know, they're they're a little sick right now. So, so that means a lot there. It was kind of a little deal there, you know. I was sitting there, he come in there, he had some water in his eyes. I even got a little bit of water in my eyes, you know, when I was like, man, this is crazy, you know what I mean? I mean, you just start thinking about how I started, you know. I mean, bought a car, you know, that was basically jumped and, you know, went racing, and, you know, we raced around local, and, you know, who would ever thought that's something you dream as a kid, you know, $100,000 is crazy, you know, but,
Yeah.
but in today's world, 100,000 ain't much like it was, you know, 15 years ago. So
Okay. Well, then, so I know the deal. We talked this morning. I'll just say, can I have 20%? It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I thought we were partners.
Yeah, I mean, it will help. It will help the race team out, and that's how I roll pretty much. My race money is a race money. You know, I run it as a business. That's what I do. I run that race team as a business. I don't rob from there to go on, you know, family vacations or, you know, or whatever you want me to do. You know what I mean? Or,
Right.
it just, believe me, I would love to go to Disney World right now, you know. But,
Yeah, I've seen pictures of you there, which floors me. Like, you know.
yeah, I mean, Dusty likes Disney World, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're good to Eldora this week, and you know, relax a little bit up there, and
Relax.
hopefully we have a good week.
The dream weekend,
yeah.
you know, I remember hanging out with Donnie Moran, you know, back in the early 2000s, and like any week of Eldora, the dream of the world. Like Donnie was always on edge, tension was high, like the shop was uptight. Do you guys prep like that, or do you stay loose? Does Nick just kind of take it for what it is? It's just another race, or is it tension?
Well, we got one car just designated for Eldora now, you know, for the last couple of years. So, so it's just, that's what we do. We got that car's prepped for there, and that's all we do. So it's a different deal. Eldora is a different, if you can win the dream or the Royal 100, you know, obviously, you know, no one will ever forget that, you know. Just like that Mansfield deal, no one's ever going to forget we won $100,000 there, you know.
Right.
Those are the races that, you know, that brings you help, sponsorship, it brings you product, everyone wants, you know, a piece of the pie then, you know. So obviously I think I'm nearing 200 texts, and I scanned through some of them, and that was all, and texted you like a couple here and there. Other than that, I just put a message out, you know, on Facebook, and just thanking people, just because obviously I'm still catching up from the track work we did all week, so I'm way behind on all that stuff right now, you know. So
yeah,
I'm still working as we speak. So
it's late nights. I think, like you said, it was Tuesday you were up here, Wednesday, and people don't understand. Like, you work, like, people, I don't know, it's nobody's business, but like, you work 14, 15 hours a day. So when you drive from Coshocton to Wayne County Speedway and you're there till dark, and you go back home and you get up at 3 a.m, then you're going, you know, racing this weekend with your own car. Like, it's a long, stressful week. So does the big win, does it take all that, make it worth it?
yeah, I mean, it felt good last night, though, but it was like I was ready to go home, you know. Like, I told her, I was like, listen, I was like, I'm tired. I was like, I got to go home, you know what I mean? Like every other guy would have been like, hey, you know, this drink full pack or whatever, you know what I mean? But no, I was, and honestly, I would call that the mature Tye Twarog, you know, back when, you know what I mean, the 20-year-old days, we've been like, hey, let's have a good time. But now it's like, you know what, you know, I'm old and a little mature now, and understand life, you know, and like I said, there's a lot of things going on in my life right now, obviously, you know, especially with my parents being sick, and obviously, you know, Dusty had a situation there. So you start thinking about that stuff, and you think about life a little bit different. Yeah. So
Twarog, you'd have been tipping over those bottles of wine.
Yeah, he's a crown drinker now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely, but I mean, now we wouldn't really want to dream or 100. I mean, we might be bigger or different there. So, but
Tye, let me ask you about the race on Saturday. When did you know that you had a legit shot? And then or walk me through the race. Like, how did that race unfold? Like, what's going through your mind as you watch that race? And Albertson's leading, and then Nick takes the lead. Like, walk me through that. Like, I just can't imagine like what was going through your mind.
Well, they had a long green flag run there, about 30 lap run there, and I saw, he was obviously rolling through the middle of the turn better than anybody, and you could see him just making strides, and then he moved up to second there, and you can tell. I mean, if that thing kept on going green, obviously, the leader was going to be a set and duck because we were actually on a harder tire. And we had a couple of restarts, and there, and he fired right off. I mean, so I knew the tire already had heat in it. So Albertson was all a little softer stuff, and obviously, I mean, what happened there? I mean, obviously, he hooked her right up there, and I mean, pushed her up against the wall. And then at the end, obviously, he just overdrove the car. Albertson did. I mean, which I would too for $100,000, but Nick did a good job. I mean, he ran smooth lines, and he never had a rip to top. He ran around that bottom and middle and on a smooth line. And I mean, it's a goosebump moment just thinking about it. I mean, I remember I was pumped up, clapping a little bit. I mean, hugs and it's just crazy.
Was the family there with you? Was Braxton there?
No, he wasn't there. I wish he was. Just me and Dusty was there. Actually, her mom and dad was there because her brother was racing modified. But yeah, it was a moment there where it'd been cool to have him there. My mom and dad too. That'd been cool. But at the end of the day, I guarantee you, they're smiling ear to ear watching on Super Bowl or what I mean. So, I mean, I guarantee you, it's like hell. I mean, just. That's a big deal. Big deal.
And then when you guys get back to the trailer, what does Nick say? Like, what's the first thing he says to you after winning $100,000?
Well, when I went up to the door after the car, I saw some tears in his eyes, and like I knew it was a special deal. And then he did the Kyle Busch bow, and what I mean, like it was like pretty amazing. What I mean, and you saw the emotion. So we were so close to winning one of these big ones, and we finally did. And I mean, it's a testament of our team. This is year number 4. This is his 4th year full-time dirt late models. He's been in late models, I think, for 8 years now, and this is his 4th year full-time. So, I'm not that guy that says a lot of words, to driver. I told him before the race when I went up to him to the door. I said, "Hey, listen," I said, "remember, we got 4 cars and it's $100,000 to win." That's what I told him. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's your motivation, so.
That worked out. It's a good week for you. I mean, promoting on Thursday, you put a lot of work into that. I mean, people don't know and they won't believe how much. I mean, you were working on that thing back in January for that race in May, and then to go over across the street down the road and then with your own team and have the success. I don't know. It's a pretty cool deal for you. So Tye goes to Eldora this week, and world keeps turning. So you guys, are you the point leader in the Outlaws now?
No, we're 9 points back in second right now. So we're just, like I said, we're in the game. Us and Bobby pretty much just run away with it, But yeah, we go to Eldora this week, and we got a lot of momentum, and we'll be heroes or zeros, So I mean, we had a really good Eldora last year, so.
Yeah, and you got 4 cars. What the hell?
Yeah, 4 cars, 12 motors, and whatever, man. Just bring the steering wheel back.
These guys anymore, I mean, they got 6, 7, 8 cars and 10, 12 motors, But we're excited, I mean, we built this program, and I mean, I've never dreamed I'd be where I'm at, So I'm pretty blessed.
I remember racing when you said something about your beginning. I was at Muskingum racing, and I knew you. You were selling tires out of the back of your car. You weren't even a full-time parts dealer yet, and you had Norm driving the car, and I have a picture at home, and not that it's a big deal to anybody, but I was racing with Norm then, and I've saved that picture because that's like that brings back memories. And when you said I don't think you had junk back then. I felt like I had good shit too, damn it, But yeah, I mean, to see where you come from, I remember buying tires out of your car. You'd come home for lunch and do tire deals, and and you've made it full circle. I mean, you've arrived, right?
Yeah, I just don't know how long I can keep working the way I am. I've told you that several times, but I'm. It's definitely crazy to think where I come from, and but like I said, that's where the life lessons. I mean, I learned so many life lessons, from personal to racing to business, that right now I feel like, I'm right where I need to be in life. So the only problem is I'm old. I'm 46 now. So,
Easy,
so
easy. It's
I'm
not
old
old.
now. So like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you just threw away, like I threw away 20 years of my life, because I was learning life lessons, So like, I just, it's like crazy, it's like
Listen,
crazy.
I've tried to shortcut some of them lessons for you. You're just too damn hard headed to listen.
Yeah, that's a conversation. Yeah, I mean, you had the one you had the one. I mean, I would say one life lesson that would have saved me a lot of headaches. But hey, at the end of the day, we won't talk about that on the
No,
air.
we
But
won't talk about that. But hey, is Dusty with you?
no, she's actually down at her place right now, but yeah.
I'd love to have her
But
on and tell. I'd like to talk to her. That would be that. Let's get Tye Twarog behind the scenes.
call her up right now. Call her up right now. I'll get,
Well, it was nice having her there. I didn't get to talk to her too much, but it was nice having her there. It was it was good to have everybody up there and working towards a common goal. So, dude, I appreciate it. I do. I'm proud of you for where you've come and taking that 100 G's back to Coshocton to school, keeping it in the state is awesome.
For sure.
I know you're busy. You're going to get up at 3:30 and go to work again, and you got a short week with Eldora. So hopefully you go out there. And what's the dream pay? Is it still 100 grand for the dream?
yeah, it's 100,000 too. So I mean,
Well, nothing. Now you got one. Go get another.
Yeah.
yeah. We might win this one. We might buy some new tires. Or something.
I'll listen to this bullshit.
But you just don't know. Like I tell everyone, you have to save stuff for rainy days. You know what I mean? This racing costs so much. So I mean,
it does.
it costs a lot. So I see it every day. People get in trouble. You know what I mean? They get in a hole and it's done. And so
Tye,
gotta run the business.
Tye, thanks for everything, man. You did a lot of hard work. We talked to Jason throughout the weeks, the last few weeks about this, and I know the things that you were doing personally. We really appreciate it. It made it special. Made it a special event.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody at Wayne County. Their sponsors, their staff. Obviously you guys. Obviously, all the sponsors we had to come on board for this race. I've talked to pretty much all of them, and they're ready to do it again. So. That kind of makes you feel a little bit better. So I like to, obviously, Dusty and her mom, Donna, for their help as well. Obviously, had a couple, guys do the parking in the pits for me, Kevin and Steve. Steve works with me on my chassis stuff and the Longhorn stuff. Then I had, some friends from Frazersburg. I call my Frazersburg crew to help me out in the other parking lot. So all those people made this deal successful. It wasn't just us. So,
yeah. Well, listen, get some sleep, get ready for Eldora, and the Summer Nationals Hell Tour is around the corner. We look forward to seeing Tye Twarog back at the county.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks, man. Good night.
All right, that's Tye Twarog.
That's it.
$100,000 richer.
Dude, can you imagine?
Listen, he started talking about and I have this picture. His car was orange number 9, and old Storm and Norman was driving it. And I remember, he won a lot of races down there, and for me, I was passing him. I was actually passing him, and I thought that was like a moment that I remember. Like Norm was like the man, It's amazing where all those guys are now. Like Doug Dodd was dominant, and Scotty Peltz. And I got to watch Devin become a great race car driver, and like I'm getting old. Devin, I got to talk to Devin a little bit there Thursday, and I just don't get a chance to get around and talk to 2PM people, but it's cool to see him come up and support the place. And listen, like I told you earlier, the show wouldn't have been near as successful. It wouldn't. There's no way. And I'm not going to go into details about what Tye does, but it's this whole business of racetrack promoting and motorsports is not always about what you can do and how hard you can work. It's you got to have people that can open doors for you, and he definitely has worked his way in to the inside of this deal.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, like you said, I don't know all the details. I don't want to know the details, but being able to give modified guys, just the modifieds, being able to give them 5 gallons of fuel to each guy that shows up. And he said it. He goes, nobody else is doing that.
Yeah, at $5 or $15 a gallon or something. I mean, people think, oh, what's 5 gallons of fuel? Well, I mean, you think about everybody there. That's a lot of fuel. That's a lot of money. And
he said maybe somebody could do that. You know, maybe some of the sponsors or whatever would do that for the late models, but no, they're not doing it for the modifieds.
Yeah, it's cool. It was a good event. I enjoyed it. I'm ready to put that one in the books. Like I said, there's so many things I would do different, and so I always want to get to the next one, like whatever the next race is or event for us, because I can put that one behind me. Yeah, well, no, it's just because I can dwell on that one too long. Like I sit here and I think too much about like, oh, I wish I would have done. You know, and I got to learn to just that one's in the books. Like we paid that one. It's if you didn't enjoy it, I'm sorry. And if you loved it, thanks for coming. That wasn't, like I said, it's a C race for me, and hopefully you come next time and it's a B or an A, and it only gets better, and it's just dumb because people are like, oh, you've been doing it for 15 years. What do you mean? Why didn't you do it the right way? Well, too many things. Too many people don't. It's just not as easy. I used to think it was easy too, man. I tell you who I owe an apology to. I owe Bob Skippers an apology. We're going back 25 years, and Bob, if you're listening, I apologize because I used to give that guy crap every Friday. You don't know what you're doing. I'd fix this. And so I didn't know nothing about nothing, but, from the outside looking in, and I think everybody didn't know how great Lakeville was back then until it was gone, right? And Bob was a great promoter, and he's still a friend of mine. He's in town. He's down Big Prairie, and Judy. And so if anybody's listening and they see Bob, you tell him that Jason said, apology for all those times I called him names and said he didn't know what he's doing, because he was a damn good promoter.
Dude, nobody, there's not that many people know this story. I'm hosting Thrills on Wheels, I think with Tom Ogle, and we have Jason Flory, the late model driver, on the show, Jason gets on the show and rips Lakeville for a hole in turn one.
Yeah,
and to hear.
Yeah, there was more to that story too, but yeah, listen, I have more respect for the young version. I mean, Tye says he's 46 something. He ain't old, but the dumb stuff we did when we were younger, we thought we knew what we didn't know, and we were just full of piss and vinegar. And now the older we get, you get more business minded, and I've watched Tye evolve into what he is, and I don't know. I guess the true test is we go to dinner with him, right? We know what going to dinner is like with Tye 20 years ago. So how would it be today?
Yeah, probably worse.
God, probably worse. Oh shit!
I can't with you.
So listen. Lots of things happening. People don't care. Maybe they do. We have electrical issues at the track, and I don't know if anybody knows Dennis Knox, but Dennis Knox used to own Barberton Speedway, and he sold it here a year ago, or at the end of the year. And so, man, that dude owns an electric company, and I don't know what the name of that company is. I just don't know. But I called Dennis. It was a week before Memorial Day, and he came out on Memorial Day and spent 4 hours with me, helping me trace wires and look for a dead short. And I just want to, if somebody's listening and knows Dennis, just say, hey, that dude is legit. He didn't know me from Man on the Moon. I cold called him, and he spent time with me. And so I just want to say thanks to him for taking your holiday away from his family to come to Wayne County and just work on electrical stuff with me. I have so many friends and family and people who, without them, man, I don't know where I'd be. I sometimes I look over there and I go, all these people are wasting their days off and stuff to come here, and I'm not the most gracious person to work with by no means. And but yeah,
my buddy,
I just but there's a guy who doesn't know me and came down, and I wish I had a name of his business, Ryan. I really do. Don't do the don't even here's your sound effect. Don't start your shit. But listen, so we still have some electrical issues going on with our new lights. We got some bad wires going underneath the track to feed our signals, and so we're going to try to get that fixed. But Yesterday, I spent the entire day. I built a bunch of brackets, and I've started to install the new LED lights on the back straightaway. So I got to get some wiring done there. But I've been installing them.
So we talk about some of those improvements that you made that cost you a lot of money, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and those are improvements that aren't really bringing people to the races. Like who's coming to the Wayne County Speedway because you have wheeling lights?
Nobody.
But I will tell you, those lights were bad as they were so bright.
It goes from what I would call candle power to something you could see. Like it was. I think people were stopping in Orville. They thought the red light was.
Dude, okay, so like sometimes like you look down the front straightaway in the old system, and you couldn't really see the one down in turn one. Sometimes you can see it in turn one now. I mean, there's no doubt about what the lights, man.
It's cool. It's cool to have updated equipment, and hopefully when it all works, like every time you turn around, there's something broke over there, and a lot of this stuff comes from the moisture in the ground. People don't believe that, but like if you have a bad something in the ground wiring wise and you got a little moisture and it gets in there, it ruins your electrical system. So like in June, it might not even be a problem, but there's so much moisture in the ground that it is a problem now. So we've got to pull some new wires, but I'm really excited for phase 3 of the improvements. You can read, I can't see.
Falls Electric.
Yeah, Falls Electric. So
in the Barberton area.
Yeah, so Falls Electric. If you need electric and you're in I don't care if you're from Orville, Creston, Dalton, or Barberton, call Dennis Knox from Falls Electric. He's a stand-up guy, man. And he does a lot of commercial stuff. Not really much for residential. He said he's more industrial and commercial, but just a stand-up guy.
It was pretty neat, man. Those are pretty neat. And the pit side bleachers look pretty good too, man.
Yeah, listen, I think everything looks good over there. I mean, you know me, I've been trying to grow grass in that infield for 15 years. And so I know it's so stupid, but I stood up there on the tower and the track was watered and it just looks good. The place just looks like something that can be presented now, where not saying it didn't before, but I'm proud of that place. When I got it 15 years ago, and me and Joe, and all the things we've done different, I think people are entitled to their opinion. They can say it's this or it's that, or I hear it all the time. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Like, you can be a hater, and that's just part of the world today. But like, I'm proud of it, and we're not done. But I look back 15 years ago. I can't believe we mowed the parking lot and baled 17 round bales when we first got there, and so to be where we're at today. First of all, to still be here and running the racetrack, right? You say it all the time, well, you can give him 2 years. But I can't wait till we get these new LED lights. And hopefully for the Duffy Smith Memorial, these lights are operational. I think it'll help. It'll add. And so, man, it just keeps going, right?
I'm sure your racers appreciate it.
Racers appreciate it for safety. Like, it is dark. I run an old 2-seater around there, and I can't see very good. But I'm like, man, it's dark down here. And so that's where it got me thinking, like, I got to do something, because if you want to have racers race aggressively, they need to feel comfortable and be able to see.
Is it you can't see because it's dark, or you can't see because you don't have contacts in?
Yeah.
So
yeah, the answer is yes.
Casey Craver says, "Hey guys."
Hey, and I'm gonna throw this out there, and I'm sure she'll get mad at me, but I want to just tell people, like, Cravers are stand-up people. Casey helps us all the time. Doesn't ask for anything in return, and so I'm just telling you guys that keep that family in your thoughts right now. There's a lot going on, and just like, they're stand-up people. So I mean, we had the Grizz and Brandon on here like not a month ago, and so just know that you
saw
keep
Casey
them.
on Thursday night, and she had a good attitude. She smiled. We chit-chatted, and she was happy to be there. So you are absolutely right.
I seen Brandon yesterday. He was keeping me hydrated while I was installing lights, and so yeah, But hey, let's talk about something. We were rambling on here.
Did you want to get to the RTJ interview?
Yeah, let's do that. You got it?
Yeah.
So your winner Thursday night was Ricky Thornton Jr. Here's an interview.
Ryan Pearson here with Turn 2 Talk, and I work with Wayne County Speedway. Ricky, you made it look really easy tonight. Pulled in and ran fast time, or you were fast in hot laps, and then you won your heat race and then win the feature.
Yeah, car was really good. Typically, we kind of struggle with these dirty places like this, so that's why we wanted to come.
Nice.
I don't know if it's just the experience watching a lot of the sprint car races here, where I knew early in the night, especially qualifying, is you're going to have to run on the wall and just make as much speed as you could. And it worked out for us early. It's kind of the same way in the feature. You couldn't really run as hard as you could early in the night, but worked out for us. Feel like Shep was really good too. So it's kind of hoping we're going to have a 1-2 Lucas car, but at least we're still able to hang on. It's kind of fortunate Shep getting that flat there. Otherwise, I think he was probably a little better than I was. I was the one out front, so it's so critical anymore being out in clean air. Even whenever I got to lap cars, I felt like I slowed down half a second. So ready for Mansfield tomorrow. Fix the deck a little bit and the spoiler, and be good to go.
Kyle Larson said turn 2 is one of the most exciting turns in racing. Looked like you were kind of lifting a little bit and then like letting it kind of ride around there on the top.
Yeah, it's just for the way it was set, like I'd enter 1 on the wall and then you'd almost ride up it a little bit in the center of 1 and 2. Then you'd come back off it and then ride it again off the 2. So I was just trying to do my best without hitting it with the right front and really just ending our night. It's really easy to do. Feel like there wasn't as many right front flats as I thought there was going to be just from guys doing that, but overall worked out for us. So luckily we ain't got too much damage, and we're all excited for tomorrow.
Jason said you got stuck. My boss said you got stuck out in the parking lot.
Yeah. Whenever I got here earlier, I tried to be the hero and drive across the wet grass, and I was buried. So
Ricky, it's rained for like 6 weeks in Ohio.
Well, and that's the crazy part. Like it's rained like heck here, but in Iowa it didn't rain at all. So I didn't even think about to really look, and it didn't look very wet. So, but I guess the bright side, I wasn't the only one that got stuck.
All right. Hey, we really appreciate you coming.
Yep, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So Ricky Thornton, tonight's Lone Wolf 40 feature winner.
You got some rust to knock off your interview skills.
Ryan Pearson here with Turn to Talk.
Dude, I just was talking to the feature winner.
Yeah, it was cool to see him there. Like I said, I'm a fan, first of all, and I got to come to these dirty places. I was like, next time I'll leave his ass stuck in the parking lot, right? No.
Did you see what Kepling said?
No. Can you read it to me?
Yeah. So Kepling Flooring says, congratulations on a great show Thursday. I talked to Ricky Thornton last night, and he said he loves Wayne County. He also said that they don't run on any track that compares to your track, and it was awesome.
Well, that's good. Our track is different. We hear this a lot in the sprint car world, how Wayne County compares to, there's a track in California. Tulare. And that's what Sheldon has said that, and a lot of sprint car guys have said. In the late models, Wayne County's like weird now. It's got a dog leg down the back straightaway. It's high banked where it never used to be. And I guess the only thing I'd want to do different is, and obviously who wouldn't, is try to get that bottom to be a little better. I love fast cars, though. I was excited to see Nick Hoffman break the track record. I wanted to get down into the 15 seconds. I really did. I thought, man, let's that would be cool.
We talked about it. We talked about it on Thursday morning.
But yeah, so Ricky winning is cool. I don't know. Listen, I wanted to see our local guys. Like, it's just the gap is so big. It's like you watch these races on Flow and Dirt Vision, and it doesn't look like, I'm telling you on TV, it's like, it's just another race or whatever. And like, we go to Speed Week in Florida and stuff when we watch that stuff. But like Kyle's dominated for the last 3 years. Markham's been good. Gentry, Bellman, you name it. Morrison, Drown in the Malkut car. Like these guys have won all kinds of features locally. And then it's amazing to me is when those guys roll into town. Now you know why they do it, and they can do it for a living and travel up and down the road. It's just, and that's how you judge yourself,
But you know what it's like. You raced, and you know the pressure that you put on because you know what that qualifying lap means.
Yeah, that's the bad part. Though.
There's no like invert that's gonna kind of erase it and flip it or anything. This shit's just like heads up, and you've got to let it rip. And
that's when I would sympathize with the fans on a weekly show. We have been running heads up racing at Wayne County. Now, we didn't have the Wheel of Doom there for the Outlaw show, but for the last couple of years, we've done that same thing: qualify, invert 4, and straight up. And they do a draw for the feature. They take whatever, and they did it in the back because we were running late. But after watching that Outlaw show, I think everybody that's been complaining about the format at Wayne County, I think I can sympathize with them, because I was like, man, it would be cool in these heat races if these guys were inverted a little bit, you know what I mean? So when you look at this and you go, oh, they won from the pole. Well, it's the formula is set up that way.
Yes.
And these guys are racing. I guess one thing I'll say different is these guys are racing for their house payment, their mortgage, their livelihood. And so they don't want to be penalized. Like this is a different game, right? Where and I'll probably get beat up over it, but I think on a regular Saturday night, we're just doing this for a hobby, and I think we got to be realistic that the fans want to see passing or whatever. And I don't think professional Lucas or World of Outlaws, you see a whole lot of passing in the late model world in any racetrack in the country. I watch a lot of races, and the cars are so aero dependent. You heard Ricky talk about right fronts, and I think the aero package has hurt the racing. The best race I've ever seen in the last couple of years is, remember the Dirt Track World Championship was at Eldora a few years ago, and it had rained and the track was really rough. There was like 50 lead changes. I thought that had me on the edge of my seat, but the racers don't like that because it's hard on equipment. And so we got to find a balance, so,
right.
But yeah, Rob Greer's on here. Like Rob did a good job. It was fun to see Rob. Me and Rob have this language when I look at I'm in the infield running race director for the modifieds, and like some of the stuff that goes on in the county. I look at Rob and we just know. I'm like, hey Rob, aren't you glad we're back doing this? Because it's like some things never change, man. And Rob knows what I'm talking about. So
Rob says you could feel the speed on the flag stand.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
here's one for you, Jason.
Yeah.
Mike says, it was awesome to see Mark Richards stick around and help a new track run the grader. It tells you how good of a person he is to help the dirt racing community. And you have had other Rich Farmer. Mm-hmm. You've had the guy from Lernerville came over and help with track prep and stuff.
I think Richards has said this before, and I don't talk to Mark as much as I used to. We don't see him, you know what I mean? But I used to talk to him a little bit. I think he likes that. He used to run I-79, and I think there's a part of you, like what person doesn't want to play in the dirt sandbox and play with big equipment, right? So
he said it was Wells too.
Yeah, he had the skid loader or something. Yeah. I read a little article, but it doesn't surprise me to see Mark Richards doing above and beyond. Mark Richards, everything he does is good for the sport. Like, he's not selfish at all. People are like, oh, he's this. Maybe he doesn't answer the phone when you call Rocket Racing. Maybe he doesn't. I don't blame him. I don't like to answer the phone for Wayne County Speedway. Because it doesn't. Your call's important to you, and I get that. But when you get 300 calls a day, you can't keep up. And sometimes it just has to go to voicemail. Or in his case, I'm sure, hey, man, what's the latest and greatest setup, right? So I think he loves playing. He gets in that grader. I know when I'm in my grader, it's like put the earbuds in, and it's like your sanctuary, like you're sculpting. And I think Mark probably enjoys that, and it doesn't surprise me at all to see him do that.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If you would have said that, I don't know. If you'd have said Nick Hoffman was running a grader, I'd have been like, what? Because he's not known to do that. He's more of a, he'll fabricate. He's built best damn modified around, right? But with Mark, like, that's come back to his roots. I'm sure he probably had a little smile on his face the whole time.
Yeah, that is. So, but and it's not just Mark Richards. My point is, there's a guy like Rich Farmer.
Yeah,
Rich Farmer hopped in one for, was it a Speed Week show?
Yeah, Farmer's been down. Like, Farmer will do anything. Like, Rich is always, if we're struggling and it rains or if we got behind or something broke, whatever the case is, and he's there, Rich always texts, hey, what do you need me to do? What can I drive? What can I help with? Rich is a good guy.
He wasn't owning the All-Stars, and he was
car owner
there.
Yeah, he was just car owner.
And he hopped in something and was running the equipment.
And that's cool, and that's the stuff you enjoy. But Rich is that guy, though. He's another one of them guys that, like, I'm telling you, like, these guys want to just do what's best for the sport. And I think Richards, I hear a lot of people have an opinion of Mark Richards, and I'm always like, yeah, you're just not seeing it. Like, that dude he don't need to do this no more. Like, he does this because he truly loves it. And you just seen it there Saturday night or Friday night when he's out there at 4 a.m. riding a grader. He doesn't need to do that. There's nothing part of him that needs that.
Right.
But he knew that he could help and make a better show. And kudos to him, because he's on the road a lot and probably doesn't have much personal time, so it's a good deal.
Don says, hi, Jason.
Hey, Don. Thanks for tuning in.
He's a good one.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of comments, man.
Yeah.
Donovan says he got to meet Bobby Pierce.
I wish I could have. That's another guy that I'm friends with on Facebook, and I love the talent. I love it. I was a fan of his dad's, and I picked him to win. Like in my mind, I'm like Pierce at the county, ripping the top.
You told me.
Like I just felt like it was match made in heaven. I think the cushion needed to be a little heavier for him. Like he was rolling the bottom through 1 and 2. I was like, what are you doing down here? But I wish we could have that race 3 weeks from now and reset that thing. You know, it's just that itch I want to scratch. But yeah, we got a notebook though, so we'll be okay.
One of the things I think you didn't have any sprint cars to blow off.
Do we have sprint cars? I feel like this. I don't think. I mean, when are we running sprint cars again? Like that's our bread and butter. Like we love sprint cars, and I don't know, man. This is a crazy year, Ryan. And so, yeah, I mean, sprint cars make the track better, but it doesn't matter. There was enough horsepower there with late models that the same thing. Like, if that would have been Speed Week show, oh, Lord.
Oh, I know that, but I just mean is if you had sprint cars run maybe 2 or 3 weeks prior to, and could have blew a lot of that silt off.
Yeah, so dust out the weekly show and ruin their fan experience.
Get down to the hard pan.
Well, what people don't know is like a month ago we had a practice. It's been over a month ago, I bet. And I scooped up every bit of that and hauled it out because it was that silt. And then it just rains and rains. And so you just can't keep taking the track away, right?
Yeah, right.
And so that's why I wanted to roll it over. I wanted to disc it and roll it over, get that stuff buried. But, you know, risk versus reward. Yeah, we're going to be less dusty. But, man, if we can't get it tightened up. And Henthorne was like, you remember the blowout last year? You wanted to disc it the night before and we junked all them compacts. And, you know, he will never forget. He will never forget that because I made the call. I go, man, I'm disking this thing. And
Walter Arthur called and said he wishes he wouldn't have disked it.
I have a picture. It's one of our suites. That was crazy wreck. But no, I tell you, it was lightning in a bottle, though. Well, can Tye pull that back next year? Can that lightning begin? Hudson O'Neill, Bobby Pierce, you know, Thornton, Shepard, Devin, all those guys at one time. Like that's, you know, opportunities don't come every day. And so, did I trip? No. Did I stumble? Yes.
Hey, listen, as long as you learn. Hey, Herman says one of the best shows I've seen at Wayne County was your World of Outlaw show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I did think there was good racing going on. You know, the lead wasn't always the best, but I seen a lot of passing going on, and so I'm glad. That's a true race fan.
There was one other one. Oh, Hands Racing Network. He said thanks for allowing him to cover the race. I chit-chatted with him.
Did you?
And thanked him for coming and thanked him for some of the coverage. So
yeah, there's a lot of media coverage for it. I love when it's on Dirt Vision. I'm a devil's advocate with streaming, but they had a Jumbotron in the infield, which is kind of cool. It's the first time we've had that at the county.
How much does that cost? Why don't you go buy one of them?
Ours was free.
I know you
came with them, so
you go buy one of them.
No, listen, the best you're gonna do is like a 32-inch color TV out there. So, but I thought I did. I'm not a fan of them. I raced. So here we're going back in the Wayback Machine. So the first Stacker 2 race at Knoxville, Iowa, was in 05. And
I remember you going out there.
And I went out there, and I remember they have a huge Jumbotron in turns 3 and 4, I think. And hell, you end up going down the back straightaway watching TV. You know what I mean? It's a distraction for me, but I do think that like people are watching. Like I know at the Dome, you hear a lot of guys interviews saying they was watching. You know how close they were. Yeah, I don't know. I got myself here Thursday night watching a little bit of it. You know, like hell. Because you're standing in the infield, you can't see everything at one time. And so I was like, this is pretty cool. But
I thought I saw a video from Rusty Schlenk about Mansfield from a couple weeks ago and said he was watching and he saw where Kyle was.
Yeah.
And he knew. You know,
I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Like, it's another tool in the toolbox, though. You know, would we ever get a Jumbotron at Wayne County Speedway? Nah, I don't think so. Would I like to get an upgraded scoreboard that has a screen on top of it to show the lineups and have a little more modern digital display? Absolutely. But a full-blown Jumbotron, I think money could be well spent otherwise in the facility somewhere else before that happens. So that's just me personally. I feel like, you know, we talked about this. I have this huge list of what I'd like to do. And so if I won the lottery, yeah, we're gonna have a jumbotron, right? But realistically, if I did one thing, if I had all the money in the world and do one thing there, it would be try to get more land around me, to expand the pit area. Like all them big transporters are cool, right? I think so. I'm a gearhead, so I look at them transporters and I'm in awe. I mean, I love trucks and trailers and backhoes and stuff, but they've outgrown Wayne County.
Yeah.
And so campground area would be nice. So that would be my goal to try to. And Tye did an excellent job parking haulers. He took every ounce of space and made it work. Like he did a really good job. I wish we had 5 acres to play with.
Yeah.
And game changer for us, right? But
Henthorne says, in my opinion, a smooth, dusty track is better than a rough track junking everyone's cars.
Yeah, that's and Chris is like he's the voice in my head, right? So Chris has been with me now for like 2 years, my old buddy, and like he'll never let me live down that blowout. Like I think he was mad at me actually, not like going to fight me over it, but I think he was very disappointed in my decision making, and I could just tell in his voice this week, I'm trying to, how I am with you guys. Like I have these ideas and I run them by you guys and try to get like, what do you guys think? And so, I have, sometimes I'm not the smartest, but I could have fixed some of the things, but I'd created other things. Yeah. And if you talk about that Stairmaster track one more time, we're going outside.
I haven't brought it up. You have brought it up probably the last 5 times.
Yeah, because I say the truth. You're always like, oh yeah.
Do you remember that though?
Oh yeah, I remember it.
My calf still.
I think I stayed till the next day grading that thing all night because I wanted to erase my memory of it.
My calves are still sore.
I've had some bad ones, man.
From running up those stairs.
When I see some people have rough tracks, I think to myself, you guys have no clue. Like I've had tracks that and I'm thinking, but it's when you're a racer and you're a race fan. I get race fans that tell me this all the time. Ray Miller, bless his soul, wherever he's at, right? You dumbass, you need to cut that thing 6 inches and water the shit out of it. And I go, you're crazy as hell. That thing is going to be rough as a cornfield because I did that shit 15 years ago. Like that's in my playbook of not to do, and that's somebody who works construction and knows how you do it when you're not putting a 900 horsepower sprint car or late model on the track. And people don't realize the force of those cars. If you go to the county right now and look at the delamination of the dirt, it's not from anything other than the side force and the ripping of the horsepower. Like we are not 1985 anymore. We are not 600 horsepower leaf spring cars. Like I'm telling you, track prep has to be done differently based on technology of these cars. You see guys have these vibrating rollers now, and you're like, what are they doing? That's the only way to keep this shit together.
Yeah. What about, you mentioned something about down the straightaway, up against a guardrail, and as the cars come off of 4 and that dust rolls, like what about somehow, can you not prep that different, but
I have. So I'll tell you, a couple years ago, it might have been last year, I don't know. My mind's warped. So there's a big sprint car show, and that is horrible. Like, so catch 22 at Wayne County, you sit so close to the action. Well, you sit so close off of turn 4 that it's probably not the best if you're not willing to wear it, right? So I was going to build a wall there. I was like, I'm just going to put guardrail up, but then you can't see, right? And that ruins everything. And I thought, I'll put plexiglass up. Nah, that doesn't work. I'm going to be out there scraping the plexiglass. But so a couple years ago, I stood at the top of the turn, where I backed up the on-ramp, and I just dumped a bunch of water. And it super saturated that area. And so they'd go through the turn, wah, 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 and they'd hit the ball, and it took care of that, But you do that, right? And let's just say 10 years ago we were putting Dowflake down, and David Hartzler was helping me, and the spreader fell off the tractor and it dumped. And instead of putting 4 pounds per square yard, we put 200 pounds per square yard. And that spot was wet the rest of the year. So you use those notes about the chemicals you use, and I know people go, "Oh, I can't believe you put chemicals in your racetrack." Well, listen, we do what we can, and that's just what we do. And so you go, hey, the more we put on, obviously the better, but can you afford it, right? So we start experimenting with Dowflake, and I just told you this morning I'm going to go buy a different piece of equipment to use, and we're not going to tell everybody what it is because I don't want people bashing me for it, but like in my mind that's going to work, right? And so stay tuned.
Yeah, I think if you could somehow fix that strip than the way it rolls up. But you're right. Like you go to Attica, you sit off. You got the horse track in between you and the racetrack. You know, a lot of these tracks you sit off the racetrack.
It's a catch-22. I think the excitement of sitting so close is cool, but the downside is like the dirt, even when it's not dusty. So there's a difference between dusty and getting dirt. Like big chunks of mud flying, that's part of the experience. Dust where you can't see and you got to turn your head, I don't like it. People say, I'm on a dirt track, I don't expect anything less. Well, that's great. I wish you had 1,000 people like you. But the real is not. And, and social media has allowed people to bash or whatever. But I don't like it. I mean, I'm the biggest critic to my place. There's nobody else that can say anything that I already don't know. So what do you got here?
Herman, he says, great, build a sprint cars. There was a great bunch of sprint cars. Was that Skyline Saturday night? 29 sprints, 25 lates, 21 mods, and 15 sport mods. And it was standing room only at Skyline Speedway, the largest crowd ever.
That's awesome.
I told Steph, I go, hey, let's go down to Skyline because Caroline and Clay live down there, kind of in that area, and then we can make a big family event. And she said, nope.
Yeah, well, Steph works hard, and so when she gets a night to relax, she wants to. Now, that just tells us your workload isn't as extreme as hers. So we'll fix that.
Hey, the Green Hornet says...
No, hang on a minute. I want to go back to that for a second. Congratulations to Skyline. Like, that's badass, dude. Like, there's a lot going on, and the spring sucks, right? And so to have those car counts and to have standing room only crowd, that's good for them.
Good for them.
I'm happy for them. That's awesome.
It sounded like it was going to be a really good sprint car show. That was the only reason why I thought about going was it was going to be a big sprint car show.
So that's good. I want everybody to make it. Like people always say, "Oh, you're so negative sometimes." No, I want everybody to make it. I just don't get a chance to go. Like I don't go to a lot of different racetracks for the same reason Steph didn't want to go Saturday. When I get a night off, I want to take that night off. Like I have trouble keeping relationships with my girlfriends because I'm never around, right? And so my girlfriend's actually going on vacation this week without me because I got commitments here. So
You're absolutely right. She wanted to take the night off and make me work, and I cut down like 6 trees.
Whatever. And listen, let's keep going. And your 6 tree bull crap is just that. Like,
they're out in the yard.
Yeah, I seen the stack of piles. Like, oh my goodness. Like, no.
You didn't see what we took down. The 4 loads that we took down to the shredder.
Anyway.
Chipper, to the village chipper. Do you guys have that in Creston?
You are the shredder, Creston.
We're in trouble. Hey, the Green Hornet says, for the first time at a dirt track, it was super great for me for what he got to see.
Yeah, so Steve was disappointed. I know. He's been so amped up to try to be like whatever we were going to do, right? And so he got his wind knocked out early because, like, I told him, like, Ty's taking your golf cart and he's got stuff to do. And Steve ended up working in a concession stand and doing, which we needed it, though. So he's willing to do whatever, and that's cool because sometimes you're just going to have to maybe not do what you really want to do to help the program go along. So kudos to Steve. And, yes, we will see good racing, but I know he's like, I said, hey Steve, you like to show what I've seen of it, you know? He wasn't busy. Yeah, he was busy. Sorry, Buddha.
Fat Boy Racing says, what's up, fellas?
Hey, that's cool. Colton Shaw this week,
he's ready to gas it up.
I can't wait. Like, we added super stocks this week. I don't know if people have known that. I mean, we're going to talk about it, but I just got to thinking. I told Pork Chop Friday, I go, you know what? That damn super stocks they ain't never racing, and let's add them. At this point, let's just add them and let's get them racing and let's get some. I need some stability in my world too. Like people don't realize. Like I'm itching to do this. Like this is a lot of work for me to look at the weather and go, oh, good Lord, it's gonna rain, or like I am ready to go on like a 20 race splint here where we're just rolling every weekend. I'll sleep in the winter. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
You know, as I walked in here, told you I was wore out. But I am. But I mean, I'm excited. I love races. I love it. It gets me up. You know what I mean? Like,
it was cool. So, like, it was cool to see people again. I went and saw Jimmy and Steph. It was like the first people I saw. I went to go see, and Jimmy just laughed so hard. He's like, "I roasted you. I got you so good."
Oh yeah, we was talking earlier.
Oh, he was so happy, and he thought he sat there and laughed so hard at himself. And I told Steph, I go, listen to him laugh at himself. He thinks he's funny.
I told you, like when you text him that morning, I go, you know what you're gonna get, and it wasn't 5 minutes, and it came like, here we go. You know?
Oh, I want him on the show so bad.
Oh yeah, right. He's
And then I saw McVicker.
Captain Paul tuned in.
I saw Cap. I saw the captain, and gave him some hugs and kisses, and made him feel better.
That's good.
And so made Captain squared away, which was good.
Hey, Captain, if you're tuned in, I know you struggle sometimes, but send us a comment. Is it my weekend to race your car, or is it your weekend? The captain texted me yesterday. He was amped up to do something. He was like, "You mad at me?" And my phone was dead in the morning, so I have this. Long story short, I have a stupid charger next to my bed, and it doesn't always work. So my phone died, and then so I had it on charge all day, and I was just really busy. And then, so he's like mad at me because I'm not accepting his text. Well, I didn't see half of them, but I think it's my weekend to race that car, Paul.
It is
so
too.
if you have the capabilities of commenting, Paul, you should let me know so I can find a fire suit.
Rocky Kugel says he's got a suit for you.
Good. Thank you. I've been losing weight, but I'm still. So my fire suit's at the track, right? And I almost tried to put it on Saturday night or Thursday night, and I'm like, nah, no, better not.
If you're losing it, you're
Don't start.
You're finding it. You're immediately finding it.
Yeah, you know what you'll be doing tomorrow, right? you know tomorrow's. Yeah.
What?
It's not gonna be good for you.
I'm calling off.
I don't eat because I mean. Listen, I look forward to Sundays because the producer and owner of the show usually cooks for me.
I know. You tell me every week it's your only good meal of the week.
It's true. I eat a bunch of junk food. I'm a sucker for strawberries and cantaloupe. If people really want to know,
She's got strawberries in there for you.
I'm a sucker for those things. I love that. And listen, for my birthday day, I had a lot of people do a lot of stuff for me, and I want to thank Michelle Miller. She took care of me with some food. My sister took care of me with some groceries. So I was rolling there for a week or two, and but yeah, I'm like everything else. It all comes to an end, and I'm back to. I got some granola bars. I've been.
You got crackers. You eat crackers for lunch.
Yeah, I do.
At work.
I do. So I like crackers, and I'm trying to come down. I like to lose 10 pounds, and really would just like to lose 10 pounds. Like, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm drinking this natural energy drink, and
Dude, that stuff is not healthy for you.
Oh yeah, it's mental focus, hydration, and natural energy. And don't bust me down, man. I like this stuff, and I can't drink on the show, so this is the next step, right? So,
yes.
Whose phone's beeping?
That's
Is that
yours.
Okay, because it's annoying me. Let me just see. Sam Moore. Okay, so these are questions. These are personal stuff I got to resolve when I get done.
Come on.
I didn't.
Man.
I thought maybe the captain was tuning in to me. So, hey, let's talk about this week. You want to?
Yes.
Let's talk about.
So we can
it.
wrap this up and go to bed.
Oh shit. Can you make it bigger so I can read?
I cannot.
Are you serious?
I mean,
then you'll have to read it because I can't see it. So we're doing Night of Destruction is what we're doing, and for everybody who doesn't know, that's a demolition derby. We've got Power Wheels derby. We've got lawnmower. I had to YouTube a lawnmower derby. That is cool. I wish I had time to build one because I think that would be awesome. But we also are running the Canton Glasshouse Superstocks and Joyride Transport Sport Compacts. And so how the show's going to go, and we'll send an order of events out. So Sticks Up Promotions is handling the derby part of it. And Dustin's coming up. He's got it all taken care of. We're going to race first, obviously. And so we're going to race both divisions and get the racing out of the way. And then we're going to go right into the derby. We hope to have the derby started somewhere around 8 o'clock. I think there's, we'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different classes of derby stuff, and plus our 2 racing classes. So looking forward to it. It's our first time doing stuff with Dustin with Sticks Up, and I think we have another one scheduled this year too, so we're going to build on it. But just wanted to race a little bit too. We talked, and Dustin was fine with it. He's like, hey, let's do some racing. You guys, it's been crappy out. So we're going to do a little racing, and then we're going to do some smashing.
Did you want to get Dustin on the line?
Probably not.
Okay.
I didn't tell him I was going to, so I don't want to put him on the spot.
I mean, no, I messaged him a little bit today.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He said he's ready and excited.
Well, call him up. If you tell me you're going to call him?
I said we could.
All right. Well, I didn't know you called him like that, so. It sounds like you had this all planned, so why'd you ask?
I didn't have it planned.
It sounds like it. Like an old married couple. Steph, I don't know how you do it.
Paul said no.
Paul said no? He texted you? It's not my
Telephone
turn?
number.
Well, we struck out on Dustin.
That sounds like you draw their own number.
No. So
Okay.
the bumper compacts, those are 4-cylinder cars.
Yeah.
And then the motor swap V8s, those are regular big normal demolition
Okay.
derby cars.
Let's do this. Bumper swap compacts. 4 cylinders. It's pretty common sense. Compacts.
I'm just trying to educate you.
Motor swap V8s. Obviously, that's full size car. You're dumbing it down to the point where me and you were going to fucking fist fight on the show. Okay? And you got me to cuss. I'm sorry. Don't do this to me. Like, you're dumbing it down to the point where my blood pressure is going up. Like, don't do this.
Wait, what do you know then what MWFA means? Exactly.
Well, my abbreviation for that isn't going to fit.
So that is a sanctioning, it's not a sanctioning body, but it's a sanctioning set of rules for a national. And so they're coming.
Yeah, I'm most excited for the mowers. I do, but I hope he gets some. Like he was like, he's like, you do these and you get some participation, and you know the more you do, the more people will build. Because I don't even think the fair does the mower derby, And so I'll tell you after watching YouTube yesterday of it, I'm like, I don't have the time this week, but I thought it looked pretty cool. The Power Wheels, we've seen that before. I think that's cool for the kids. I like that. It gets the kids involved. So I'm looking forward to it. Night of Destruction, if it goes good, excuse me, I'm burping up that grape energy drink. If it goes really good, the next one, we're going to elevate it even more. Like, I got some ideas, and he's like, I don't know, And so I'm like, hey, if this goes good, I have some ideas that I want to try. But I don't know anything about Sticks Up Promotions. I met Dustin. I cold called him last winter. And he does I tell you what, he does the same stuff at Midville. He does the stuff there, and that's very successful. And so I wanted to bring that show here. And so hopefully that all works out.
He said it's one of Midvale's biggest shows on the whole entire year.
Yeah, and the things I told him though is like, so Midville's asphalt, and so it's easier to clean that stuff up. And so with dirt, it's a lot of work for us the next day, especially coming back to run a big sprint car show the week after. We've got to be really, really, really careful about getting everything cleaned up in the dirt, and so that's a lot of work for us. But I think it'll work out.
What time? Like, what's our times on?
Well, the gates will open at 3, like normal. We'll open the gates at 3, and then we'll see. We'll put an order of events out later. Like, I'll have to talk to Dustin. I'd like to start derbying at 8. So there again, with the racing, with 2 classes of racing, we don't have to go so early. But like hot laps at 6 and racing probably at 7. And so super stocks go out and run heat races. And then the compacts are going to run heat races. Super stocks come right back to their feature, and then the compacts, and then we'll pull out the barriers and do the watering and get ready for the derby. So I still feel like 7 o'clock is going to be action time, and 8 o'clock would be my time for the derby to start. With 4 classes, the Power Wheels will go first, and then I'm not sure how he's going to go in order, but I think we get the race. We can't derby and then race, so we've got to do the racing first. So something new, something exciting. I think the Dream Weekend. So it's a perfect weekend to try something different. We're coming off a big late model show. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of guys that, man, you need to race. I get it, but this was on the schedule for a reason, and even the rainouts are horrible, but we're still sticking to the script.
Yeah. And then do you got the emission stuff and?
It'll come out. I need to do some research. Okay. Me and Pork Chop are talking about it, but yeah, it'll come out tomorrow. On the way home from here, I'll debrief. He's looking that stuff up when I was talking to him today.
Okay.
Pulling the notes out from the last time we did one to see. I just want to make sure we're in line. So.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
It was so good to go to the track though. I saw Rita, and we were talking about Valak and. Him being a character, and
we get to see them guys this weekend finally,
and like him calling a race, like they were talking about him calling a race.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Imagine.
And then saw Jimmy and Steph, chit-chatted with them. Saw I got to talk to JR, talk to Kyle.
You're lucky.
I talked to Timmy Lang, who's another friend, social media guy, and then he had good things to say about you and the show and everything, man. So I did talk to a couple potential guests, and so maybe we can get some of these guys on that we got to chit chat with.
Well, hold on a second, Steph. Will Captain Paul come on the show? Yeah, if we called him, would he come on the show for 10 minutes? Yeah, see if he'll come on for 10 minutes. I mean, I know it's last minute, but I'd like him to verify that I'm not racing this. Because some people asked me this week if it was my weekend to drive. So, like...
You just want me to call him, Jason?
No. Just make sure he's able to call in. I don't want to cold call him.
Yeah, we don't want to make him mad either.
No, but I mean, I'm ready to wheel that thing. So I thought we had a schedule, but obviously he's reneging on his end. No, I kind of figured he wasn't going to let me. I mean, he hasn't raced. I mean, that's the thing, man. It's just nobody's raced, and I'm itching to do it myself, right? So I was going to get the 2-seater out. We were supposed to have 2-seater on Thursday night, and it's like anything else over there. Everything's such on a fire, last minute deal that we weren't able to get the 2-seater out and get it ready.
He did not answer.
Okay, so he's probably not able to come on. So it'd been nice to tease him a little bit and talk about that, but that's fine. So we talked about Thursday's show. We're talking about what's going to happen this Saturday. Can I go a week out on you?
Yes.
So Duffy Smith Memorial.
We need to do a better job of pushing things further out.
All-Star Sprint Speed Week Monday night at the county. Always the biggest, one of the biggest nights of the year. And I'm excited for this year. I really wanted to get 2 Sundays ago, or a week ago, I guess, right? I guess, man, Memorial Day weekend was last weekend. That's crazy. I really wanted to get that one in because I love sprint car racing, and Farmer's got a really good field of cars, and so I guess we'll wait till Speed Week to do it. And it kind of sucks for all our locals. We haven't had any track time for sprint cars, so everybody's kind of getting fresh on it. But yeah, I'm always Duffy Smith Memorial is always a big one, man.
Did you see the wreck with Cale Thomas and Henry Malkett at Sharon? Man, it was bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Both those guys are all right.
I'm not I really don't get to see much. I know.
I can't wait. I can't wait for
yeah. So
Sprint Speed Week.
I really was amped up about the Outlaw show for the late models. Like, I love seeing the quality of cars we had. So my next video, I'm not overlooking the Derby at all. There's nothing better than big old cars smashing into each other. It brings a smile to my face. But
Or lawnmowers.
a lawnmower tool, I'm telling you, like, if that's something that maybe you can afford and I can afford, and like your experience now running a mower, maybe
Dude,
you could
mess you up. I will aim my mower right for you.
Now that you know how to drive one, now you can participate, right?
I will push my mower.
Yes, you would have a push mower.
I will push
You're the only
across.
guy I know that would show up to a lawnmower derby and bring your push mower.
I will push across that track just to hit you.
Oh my Lord! So yeah, so people, hey, check out Wayne County this weekend. Hit the socials, Facebook. Ryan's been doing a really good job. Ashley, Port Shop, you guys got to pick it up a little bit. I want to see a lot of reels. I think reels are cool, and now we got some content, right?
got a little bit of content,
Now we
yeah.
got some content. And if you're traveling on Apple Creek Road and you cross over Smuckers, there's a big old billboard
I got
there.
a picture of it. I'm gonna post.
We've got some video on the old Cooper sign there. So check out Wayne County Speed. I think it's pretty cool, and it'll keep changing as we send new videos. It'll change. So a lot going on.
All right, last question.
Yeah.
Western PA Speed Week. Have you ever been approached, or are we too far west to participate? I mean, they're at Sharon.
Yeah, they never called.
Would that be something you're interested in?
Oh, sure it would. I mean, I think it's good to get that. I'm glad to see. So you just said, well, I would be interested. I'm glad to see that some of our sprint car guys are venturing to Sharon and doing some other stuff too, because like they only get better, and maybe some of those guys will venture to our place, right? Like the gas prices and stuff are so high that I was nervous that people were doing me like, when a Skyline had standing room only crowd. So it's encouraging to see, because I was nervous. I'm still nervous. We haven't had a regular night of racing yet. We don't know what we're gonna get. There's a lot of racing in Ohio, especially this past weekend. There's a lot of big money. Then you got Eldora coming up. So we're going bam, 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 bam. Big money shows. People are doing stuff. So that's why we're doing the Derby and some support class racing this week. People are wondering why, it's rained out. How come you're not going to run a regular show? Well, it wasn't scheduled, and it was scheduled for a reason. Like when you look at the economics of it, coming off World of Outlaws, going down the street, running 2 more nights, going to Eldora, let people suppress a little bit. And then, get back to racing in Speed Week. Speed Week coming right around the corner. So, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, so the first time that I think we're going to have everybody in the house is going to be like
the end of June.
Does it say June 27th, right?
Yeah.
That's our birthday race. And I got a corporate night scheduled on that. I got some new clients coming in for a big deal. a lot going on. We've got so many people. I could do a whole show on marketing people. I know nobody wants to hear that stuff, but I will say this. I say it every week, and I'll say it again. Check out the billboards. Check out all the signs. If you're in a market for any of those things, at least give them guys a try. And please say, hey, we seen your shit at Wayne County Speedway. Appreciate you supporting dirt racing. Can you give me a quote on this? Or, and I would be willing to bet you that you probably get a discount if you're a race fan and you say that to most places. I think they would do that. And I'm telling you, we have more coming. Lake Waupasan is the official campground of Wayne County Speedway now. That just happened 2 weeks ago, right? So if you're in the area and you want to camp, I would highly suggest going to Lake Waupasan. Check that place out. That's where we're going to send folks that come to Wayne County Speedway.
Yeah, it sounds like they've got a nice setup down there.
Yeah, and so they're a new client of ours, and we want to make sure they're successful. And they're going to promote us too, as they've got people coming in the area. We're going to be a destination that they send us people to us. So that's how it works, folks. Oh, look at that! The lovely Lindsay is tuned in. Lindsay, what's Chris doing? He only had one comment tonight. Chris, wake up! I figured you're going to give me some crap. He hasn't even done that.
And then Rob says he'd like to see some of the footage that Alan has from the body cam.
Yeah, I heard there was a body camera on Rob, and so listen, we're doing some neat things.
He was working on. He sent me a picture and a clip of his video, of his computer, and so he was working on it. So
we've got a lot of stuff. I guess I'll be the biggest critic of our own crew. Is all the footage in the world means nothing if we don't share it, right? And so, and it's work. It is. And I seen Ashley this week. She was at the county on Thursday. Jesse was racing, and I know she's busy, and I know Jesse's busy, but we need those reels. We need to get back on that. Not that, I'm not saying she's slacking, but I'm going to throw her and Port Shop and you under the bus. Like, come on, let's get this amped up. We got a big derby this weekend. We got the compacts in the house. I can't wait to see my compact buddies, Johnny Bruce. Valak is just crazy. Like, being friends with Valak on Facebook is almost enough to entertain me through the winter, right? So he's out of control. But Jimmy Burns is always tuned in here. Todd Gallion might have his car ready to go.
Let's hope.
I want to throw out something. We didn't do a show last week, and I know this is sentimental, but Trent Bishop lost his dad unexpectedly a couple weeks ago. And so Trent's a big friend of mine, compact racer. And so, hopefully he gets some good karma and can race and get his mind off of that. That was tragic and unexpected. So thoughts go out to Trent. And, we're going to hit it hard this weekend with a show that's new to the county.
Thanks to everybody for tuning in. That is the Jason Flory, the one and only.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
Karen messaged me and said, "Thank goodness, there's only one."
What are you excited for the Derby?
Oh, dude, yeah. When he told me that there's lawnmowers, I couldn't believe it. And then that's a full regular Derby with like 4 cylinders and big cars and trucks.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be cool.
We had to scale it back a little bit just for people to know, like trailer racing, that was going to be part of it. And I kind of scaled that back because we just can't have that kind of debris. I know it works at Midville because, the asphalt they can clean up, but I did pull some of that show back.
We can't be racing on a junkyard. We know about that.
We just have to be careful because we run a super big sprint car show, and we're going to do our due diligence and clean the mess up. But I was like, let's just keep this confined into the square that we're building, and I think that this trailer race gets to be more of an area, and so that is on me. Dustin, he has a big show. He has a lot going on with his promotions, and so I scaled some of that back. But I think it's going to be a quality show. I think it's a different crowd that comes out for that. And, hey, listen, we'll set the gate times and the prices, but we have the coldest beer in the county. We have the best root beer floats in the state. And our food is second to none with quality and prices. So if you don't believe that, come out and make me a liar.
Yeah, I can't wait. I didn't even get a cheeseburger the other day.
I didn't eat either.
I was so busy.
Yeah, I did eat. Jen brought me some strawberries, and I love strawberries. So I had some strawberries, and so, yeah, I did get that. So
everybody, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. We'll see you in turn 2. Crack me up.
You.